Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a young girl named Elara. Her father, a kind and hard-working man, had fallen gravely ill, and the village healer could do nothing more for him. Desperate to save her beloved father, Elara remembered an old legend her grandmother used to tell her about the singing dove, a mystical bird whose song had the power to heal any sickness. Determined to find the singing dove and bring it back to heal her father, Elara set out on a journey into the heart of the enchanted forest. Armed with nothing but her courage and a small satchel of provisions, she ventured into the unknown. As Elara entered the forest, she was immediately struck by the eerie silence that surrounded her. The trees stood tall and foreboding, their branches reaching out like twisted fingers. But Elara pressed on, her love for her father driving her forward. The first challenge she encountered was a wide, rushing river. The water was swift and cold, and there was no bridge in sight. Elara knew she had to find a way across. She searched along the riverbank until she found a large, fallen tree that spanned the river like a natural bridge. Carefully, she balanced her way across, her heart pounding with each step, until she finally reached the other side. Next, Elara found herself in a dark and tangled thicket. The brambles and thorns tore at her clothes and scratched her skin, but she pushed through, using a small knife to cut a path. Just when she thought she could go no further, she stumbled into a clearing bathed in sunlight. There, she saw a beautiful shimmering pond. Exhausted, she knelt by the water and drank deeply, feeling the cool liquid revive her spirit. As she rested by the pond, a wise old owl perched in a nearby tree hooted softly. "Who are you, young one, and what brings you so deep into the forest?" the owl asked. Elara explained her quest to the owl, who listened intently. "The singing dove you seek is not far from here," the owl said. "But be warned, the path is fraught with danger, and you must be brave and true of heart to succeed." Thanking the owl, Elara continued on her journey. She soon came to a steep, rocky hillside. The climb was treacherous, with loose stones that threatened to send her tumbling down. Summoning all her strength, Elara climbed slowly and carefully, her fingers and toes finding purchase in the rough rock. At the top, she was rewarded with a breathtaking view of the forest and a glimpse of her final destination, a grove of ancient trees where the singing dove was said to dwell. As Elara made her way toward the grove, she encountered her final challenge, a fearsome wolf blocking her path. The wolf's eyes glowed with a fierce intelligence, and its growl rumbled deep in its chest. But Elara stood her ground, remembering her father's gentle words of wisdom. She reached into her satchel and pulled out a piece of bread, offering it to the wolf. To her surprise, the wolf sniffed the bread, then took it gently from her hand and stepped aside, allowing her to pass. Finally, Elara entered the grove. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and there, perched on a low branch, was the singing dove. Its feathers glistened like polished silver, and its eyes sparkled with kindness. As Elara approached, the dove began to sing a melody so pure and beautiful that it brought tears to her eyes. The song resonated through the grove, and Elara felt a warm, healing energy wash over her. She carefully picked up the dove, cradling it in her hands, and began the journey back to her village. When Elara returned home, she found her father weak and pale. She brought the singing dove to his bedside, and as the bird sang its magical song, a radiant light enveloped him. Gradually, color returned to his cheeks, and his breathing grew strong and steady. By the time the dove finished its song, her father was healed. The village celebrated Elara's bravery and the miracle of the singing dove. Elara and her father were forever grateful, and they made sure the story of the singing dove was passed down through generations, a tale of hope, courage, and the unbreakable bond of love.